Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio, Montana, Idaho, Oregon, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, and enter your city or zip to find the closest location nearest you.
We are gold for energy. Send it.
Incoming!
Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
Welcome to Drinkin, Bro. Yeah, welcome to the Monday Morning Recap, everybody. Brought to you by MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. We're getting into the action tonight with the National Championship. We'll be joining you live, doing a live watch-along on YouTube for MyBookie. Also betting on the game, giving you all those odds, going over next week's AFC and NFC championships. And Indiana and Miami tonight is what we got. It's been a weird year all the way around. You and I were chatting about this, Bob, this morning a little bit before we got in. It's all sports, I feel like. And I don't know what it is. Is it money that's kind of separating everything? We're in a weird spot with sports. And I'll tell you why. Let's just take boxing. We'll start with boxing.
Yeah.
Boxing's dead. Jake Paul was able to revive it for a little bit and go on him.
Yeah.
But all the stars are retired. Canelo's kind of just fighting whoever's left. The biggest one for him was obviously that Netflix fight with Bud Crawford. We picked Bud Crawford to win. He did. Bud retired after that. He's all done. Unfortunately for Canelo, the two biggest fights in his career were Mayweather and Crawford, and he got destroyed in both of them. So, you don't have any superstars in boxing anymore. It's kind of a dead sport. UFC, what the fuck is happening with UFC? For real. What is it? Who do we have left? Patty the Batty? Who's the guy there in UFC? They're in a weird spot. It's
not him.
It's now going to be free.
Yeah.
It's not going to be free starting this weekend. So we'll see if that kind of changes the game or, there's other weird Dagestanis, and then they're going to kind of get them out of there. There's no more pay-per-view. It's going to be on Paramount and CBS, which is fine. Liv is, still wreaking havoc on golf. Golf is weird. They got Koepka back.
I think golf has settled down for the most part. I think it was like a disruption for a minute, and now everyone's like, well, I guess those guys are only playing in the majors. Fuck it.
I guess so, but the majors are the ones that you're kind of there for. On a week-to-week basis, how do you get anybody amped about, the St. Jude's Classic in Maryland or something, whatever the fuck it is?
I would have to look up what their rate. I don't know what the PGA ratings are over the last 3 years, but
not great. They've been good for the majors, but not the rest of the tournaments. So, not real sure. Liv's ratings aren't good at all.
They don't have ratings.
No, they're on the CW, but nobody even knows that, I don't think.
Yeah. Nobody watches that.
Yeah, college football's in this weird turmoil of NIL money, the transfer portal. You had 10,300 kids enter the portal. 6,800, and the portal is just closed, didn't get signed. 70% of your portal kids either aren't playing football next year, probably just lost a scholarship, or maybe you can return to your team. I think there's a window for that.
End up returning to their team, sort of like Some of it's like, like players will test the draft, like mid players will be like, I just want to see if maybe I'm like a 6th round guy or something like that. And then, but they don't hire an agent, or I don't even know how it works now. But, they used to not hire an agent so they could go back. Mm-hmm. I think a fair amount of transfer portal that ends up being what's happening. And then I guess the team's like, welcome back, asshole.
And this Cignetti effect that's going on right now, which is why I really want to watch this game tonight, is happening at your schools, whether you know it or not, if the smart coaches are doing it. Take me, for example. Obviously, I follow my own team that I like, and not really, many people following the portal as far as every other college team, what's going on. Yeah. I can tell you this, though. Ohio State, 19 kids in that portal, either their senior year, and their average age is 22 to 23 years old, so they are stacking it with the Cignetti effect.
Yeah.
And I understand it. It's kind of what you have to do now. Problem is, we were talking about last week, you're going to have less and less kids being recruited out of high school. Either you're going to go to JUCOs, where they can play a couple years in essentially a minor league system, keep all 4 years of eligibility, and then play late into their 20s.
Or just play, if they're good enough, but they don't get anything they like. A lot of them, honestly, what really sucks is a lot of them will go to just maybe mid P4 schools even. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'll go to Arizona or Boston College or something, get playing time right away against high-level competition, and then...
But you got to fix it.
Yeah.
Now, the Big Ten and the SEC are in a fight as of this morning saying, hey, we don't agree on the teams here. Big Ten wants a 24-team playoff, which I think is stupid. Big Ten wants 16. SEC wants 24, or maybe reverse that.
I think Big Ten
switch
wants 24.
Yeah. So you have these two conferences that are bitching about that, going back and forth. Not amped about that.
I don't think you can do 16.
How would you structure it, I guess?
Well, with 16, how does a bye? Who gets buys in the 16-team playoff?
I don't think there should be any more buys. And by the way, not just college football, Major League Baseball. And yes, I'm a Braves fan, but I also last year, thinking back to last year, and I know he plays for our rival. I really wanted to see Bryce Harper win a World Series. I thought the Phillies genuinely had the best team, and they're out just like everybody else who has a fucking bye, and it sucks. I thought that was his time, dude. I thought last year was Bryce Harper's time. Now the Dodgers bullshit is loaded up. There's going to be a lockout that might last 2 years, Dan. What they're doing over there with that Tucker signing now, and another deferred salary,
yeah, especially when you hear on the back end from the Cubs staff about how lazy Tucker is.
Oh, that's been a thing since Houston, is that he doesn't really like baseball.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he just wants to get paid. So he has this.
I got it.
He had the same wins above replacement last year as a guy making $6 million next year. So he's making 10 times more for the same production as another player. That's odd.
But are you guys amped about the state of baseball? Because we all love baseball a lot on this show. Obviously, you guys host Tomahawk, but are you amped about the state of baseball with this bullshit that the Dodgers are doing? This is just untenable.
It's happened before. When?
That's what I was trying to think of. When, though?
The Yankees in the early 2000s. People forget, so that Yankees dynasty maybe only won one World Series with some high-level free agents because it was mostly homegrown. Jeter, Bernie Williams.
Farm system?
Yeah, Andy Pettitte, all their pitchers and stuff like that.
Other than Clemens, I guess Mussina was they got him from Baltimore. But
no, I don't think they won one with Mussina. If they did, it was in 09. Because he was after the last World Series they won was 2000.
Didn't he come over in 99?
Let me double check. He
Maybe
might
not.
have actually.
No, because he was on that 99 Baltimore team where Brady Anderson hit fucking 50 home runs.
Yeah, he was
so
a late
maybe
addition.
in 2000.
So he was one of those guys, I think, that got added after they had already done all their winning. And, he came to the Yankees in 01.
So a year after, yeah.
He actually did not win a ring with them either.
Who?
Mussina.
Mike Mussina.
Holy shit. He never won a ring.
No, definitely not, because he didn't win with Baltimore.
No.
Yeah, but they had a lot of homegrown talent. Brocious was homegrown, I believe.
Rivera.
Mariano Rivera, John Wetland before him.
And even if some of their guys were trades, they were not.
No, Paul O'Neill came over in the mid-'90s from Cincinnati, and he was a good ball player,
Yeah.
but he wasn't like the fucking best player in the league.
Or
anything.
Wade Boggs was on the '96 team, but that was an old guy that they added.
Yeah.
It was by and large those were well-built teams. But by the time they got to the 2000s, that's when they were outspending 3-1.
What did Major
And they
League
didn't-
Baseball do to curb it?
Nothing, because they weren't winning.
They did. When did
They won in
09.
09 was the only one they
09,
won
yeah.
in that
When
whole
did,
time
when did the
period.
luxury tax come in?
That's a good question. I don't remember what year.
but-
Dodgers luxury tax is like $315 million.
It's this. Yeah, it's like the
Their
same as the
luxury
payroll.
tax is more than, I think, 27 ball clubs' entire payroll.
Yeah. And their answer to it, did you guys hear their answer?
No.
They go, we can afford it. The Ohtani signing, jersey sales, and all that shit around the world. They go, dude, that is worth its weight in gold, bro. We don't care.
Yeah,
Cool, write that
we
check.
said that as soon as he was signed that they were going to make that money
Yeah,
back in
but
a year.
this is the first time I've heard them say it.
Yeah.
Where they go, hey, we're doing well,
And-
so
and
we don't
the-
really
the-
give a shit.
The TV rights are really where the money is.
Oh,
Yeah.
And yes, that was the other thing they mentioned in this interview. They said the Dodgers, for whatever reason, have the most ironclad TV rights of any other team locally.
They're the only team that keeps pretty much all of their TV money. No,
Yeah.
every other team puts it into a pool that gets distributed throughout the MLB.
But how do they finesse that?
I don't know, but that's got to change, obviously. And it's interesting because an owner's lockout doesn't solve that problem. That's a contract that the Dodgers have to willingly renegotiate because nobody can make them.
right.
They ain't gonna do that.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Why would they? Yeah, and there's other teams that try to make up for it in certain ways. The Braves being one of them with the Battery. They make a lot of money off the whole area around the stadium and stuff like that, as well as the stadium.
But they have to own the land. So like, then you've got to be rich enough to do that.
They're making money off of it.
Oh,
they're
they're making-
absolutely in the black.
Trust me, Hard AF Seltzer tried to get in there.
Yeah.
Boy, the number was just my eyes started watering.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, holy shit. And they
Yeah.
were like, oh, it's available if you want it. And I go, oh, man, that'd be my childhood dream.
Yeah.
How much is it? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I clutched my pearls because it included the battery.
Yeah.
And their thing was, you're not just getting the stadium. You're getting all the battery and all those sales. And I was like, shit. And they would go, yeah, that's why it's the big boys who can only afford it. And I was
Right.
like, okay. But that's another weird money issue they're going to have to figure out. The NBA right now is going through a weird turnover with stars are getting older. Curry and them are gone. LeBron is gone. You've got the rise of OKC, who seems unstoppable.
Curry's not gone. What are you talking about?
Well, he's 38. he's getting close.
He's scoring 28 points a game this year.
He is. And look, LeBron's playing great too.
Yeah,
It's
they're playing great. They're just
but
probably
can they
not
win
gonna
a
win,
championship? Yeah.
Well, not with the current iteration of the Warriors. He's not going to win. Right now, they're looking at the Warriors have a really interesting situation right now. Draymond's going to leave after this year. Jimmy Butler's probably coming off as well. That's 2 max contracts, and then Kuminga, who's got a favorable contract, is going to be able to be traded for like number 1 draft picks.
He asked to be traded.
Yeah.
So he's going to be gone. But this team reminds me of OKC, the Spurs. That Spurs team that had that run, they're very good, but they're very boring.
Yeah.
I don't like watching the league superstar SGA, who we have to call him that because none of us can pronounce his fucking name.
What? It's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
What was the middle name?
Gilgeous?
Gilgeous. Okay. He's getting fouled 30 times a game, and then he goes and it makes 28 out of 30.
Well, but the NBA also has the same problem that MLB has. It's a 3 true outcome sport, right? Like it's all they want to do: hit threes, get fouled, or get a bucket as close to the rim as possible.
Right.
Mid-range is gone, essentially. And also, one thing that I guess everyone, when they fell in love in the 90s, and, one reason you can maybe, like, if you wanted to take Jordan down a peg, is that there's no more man-to-man, right? Zone defense was illegal in the 90s, so it was a lot of, like, your best player versus your best player.
Yep.
And now it's all crazy schemes that are, like, you don't know what's going on.
No.
Right? You watch the action, but, like, you need to watch a close eye. You need to really understand the sport to understand like all the actions that are going on everywhere else that all culminate in some guy getting a drive to the lane or an open 3 in the corner or whatever it is. It's all really high level shit that the average fan is just like, what?
And even on the kid level, I was talking to this referee over the weekends. I coached my kid's basketball team, and he goes, hey man, do you have any older kids? Like we were talking to him in between at halftime, and I go, yeah, I got older kids, and he goes, what do you think? And I go, I hate it. I was like, they're in 5th grade, and all they do is shoot fucking 3-pointers, every single thing, because they all want to be Steph Curry. And I go, problem is they're not. And it sucks to watch. It's boring. And you're just watching kids bomb away at 3-pointers. In practice, all they want to do is shoot 3-pointers. sorry, you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And it's a very strange time in sports right now. And even my kid with the NBA knows every single player refuses to sit down and watch a game with me, but he'll watch the highlights on social media and fucking YouTube and everything else. Like, it feels like a YouTube league, the NBA.
Oh, it's been a YouTube, Twitter, Instagram league for 15 years.
It's
a
why
highlight league.
It's why the league will devolve, regress into hero ball again. It'll have to, because that's all these kids understand. They don't understand how to play a team game.
Well, the American kids.
Yeah, the American
yes.
kids, yeah.
By the way, that's my biggest prediction for the NBA over the next 20 years. Is I don't know that it will be an American sport.
The 5 best players are already not American.
What you're learning as a kid is not conducive to a team sport whatsoever.
No.
And these foreigners are going to come in and absolutely fucking destroy these kids.
Yeah, 100%, because they play real basketball.
Real basketball with real passing,
Which
real plays.
Sounds like an old man take until, again, like I just said, you
Jokic,
realize
but
the
you see
5
Jokic.
best players
Yes.
in the NBA right now aren't American. And I truly fear for our chances in the 2028 Olympics.
I do too. Because you're not going to have Curry and LeBron and Ant can't really show up in the big moments. Like,
I mean, we'll see. We'll still have talent, right? We'll still be probably the favorite, but the gap is closed. Because it used to be that the talent was
France
so big
will
it didn't
light us
matter.
up.
Yeah, France is coming. France is coming. Wemby will be in his prime. I think they might lose a guy, but I'm sure they'll have other guys. You know what I mean? Like, the American kids. But that's been a complaint for a while. All the college coaches, you hear it way more from the college coaches because they deal with it on a larger level than the NBA coaches do. Because at the end of the day, you're still getting just like insane talent and you can mold it. But the college guys are like, God damn it!
I know
these fucking AAU kids just can't play.
No, and they can't even dribble properly. Every ball is a carry. Where I'm like, and you don't even know how to teach it.
It's the same thing in baseball, though. Nobody knows how to field or run the bases anymore, and there's no situational hitting anymore. There's no there's no version of a 270 hitter that's one of your corner outfielders or your center fielder or your second baseman who's like actually good at hitting behind the runner. Like, he understands that you got a fast guy on second base and there's no outs. My entire job in this plate appearance is to get that dude over to third base, no matter what happens to me. You do not have that guy on your roster anymore. I would say almost every Major League Baseball squad doesn't have that guy anymore because that guy doesn't exist.
And what's fucked up too is I don't even think it's just a matter of not knowing to do it. I think, like bunting, they almost don't know how to do it anymore, right? They've lost the skill. Because I remember watching, I actually think it was the Phillies in the playoffs last year, and I was texting Delco. I was like, oh, don't bunt here. He doesn't know how to bunt.
Nope.
I guarantee you he doesn't know how to bunt. Why are you bunting? I was like, 20 years ago, bunting would be the right move. This guy is going to fuck it. It happens with the Braves almost every time, too. I'm like, why are you bunting? He doesn't know how to bunt.
No.
He doesn't know how to do it.
And as a kid, obviously, I'm a couple summers older than you, Bob. We were taught all of that shit, like, boom, 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 base stealing, bunting, everything. Like, it was a part of practice every day.
Yeah.
As children, so that way it carried over. What happened, I guess?
The base stealing's still there because that's a sort of a glory stat. So they all want to run, but to Dan's point about not knowing how to run the bases, what they don't know how to do. If you look at the fucking Blue Jays, I know they lost in Game 7 and they had a chance to win Game 7 in the bottom of the ninth. They were up and everything. But, they lost the World Series in Game 6 because of that guy's base running fuck up.
Yeah.
That was, egregious.
Yep.
And it happens all the time.
All the time.
It happened to the Braves,
Happened to Braves.
4 times when we won. We just overcame it, but Duvall had several.
This has been going on for a long time. I mean, you remember that Angels team that beat the Giants in the World Series in 2001, or 2002 rather? That Angels team was not better than that Giants team.
No.
Right?
I was there. I saw Barry Bonds hit a ball that still hasn't landed to this day. I was at Game 1 of that World Series.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like Barry Bonds in real life, and I don't have an explanation.
Who is the shortstop on that Angels team?
Eckstein.
David Eckstein. It's like 5'6", and knew how to fucking play baseball.
Like Craig Counsell.
Yeah, I believe he was actually the MVP of the Cardinals' 06 World Series.
He was, yeah. He won 3 World Series. 1 with the Angels and 2 more with the Cardinals because of how he played baseball. He's we call it a glue guy sometimes, but he's not a glue guy. He's not a clubhouse guy that's keeping everybody together.
No, he's a quiet little elf.
He is somebody that you need on your team, no matter what era of baseball it's in, to do that one thing. You need that guy. And bunting is not difficult. I don't care how much the ball is moving or how fast people are throwing. It's not fucking difficult. These motherfuckers just don't know how to do it. If you see somebody bunting and they're not receiving, if their hands aren't going backwards as they're making contact with the ball, if their barrel isn't above their fucking support hand thumb, then they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because that's the two basic rules. The first basic rule is you keep the barrel of the bat above your thumb for a number of reasons. One, so you have more surface area at which to create a downward angle, which is where a fucking bunt's supposed to go on the ground, right? And then two, you receive to deaden the force of the impact instead of fucking punching at the ball, which is what these assholes do. They have no idea what they're doing. Yep. And it's like, you are a high-level professional athlete, and you've completely skipped the fundamentals.
Yeah, I've said it before. It's my biggest old man take. I'll be 40 in a month, so I'll just lean into it at this point. The athletes have never been better at the sport and worse at the game.
As far as fundamentals?
I'm just in general.
Yeah.
No mental, all fundamentals, all the stuff. We've never had better athletes. I don't even think that's a
basketball players should be forced to watch Pistol.
Pistol Pete Maravich?
The story about Pete Maravich's dad fucking grinding him into dust, making sure that he knew how to do the fundamentals of basketball. Yeah. That's what made Pistol Pete the best basketball player that ever lived. And if he played in the modern game, that dude would be worth $20 billion. Nobody was ever as good as he was. He averaged 43 points a game in LSU with no 3-point line.
Yep.
At LSU.
Yeah.
It's insane. And to the point about like Jokic earlier, and the European players, SGA is Canadian, so he kind of probably went up through a similar AAU system. So that's, sure, I guess, a little bit of an outlier. But like Jokic and Luka to a lesser extent, like those guys, like Jokic had to learn.
They were playing for their lives.
Against men.
Yeah.
They had
against men who were probably at least, if not directly affiliated with organized crime. Their brother was, or their cousin, just like both of Jokic's brothers, right, by the way.
And so he had to go out there and find a way to be useful because he couldn't rely on athleticism. But all the AAU kids and all these baseball kids and stuff like that, when you're that good, when you're good enough to be in the NBA or even just high-level college or in the MLB, like you're so good when you're playing 8th graders or sophomores in high school, you don't have to think.
Yeah.
You can just let it rip.
Yeah.
You'll probably be fine.
That's kind of how it is. And it's a lot with running quarterbacks in high school. If you're the fastest, nobody's going to stop you, so nobody's going to teach you the fundamentals.
Yeah, but people look at the flashiness of Steph Curry, the wild shots he takes, the wild fucking ball handling. They look at
Michael Vick.
Days of old, they would have looked at Pete Maravich, who was the guy. It wasn't like any of the black ball players who were throwing fucking alley-oops and slinging the ball behind their back. It was Pete, some fucking white kid from, what was he, from South Carolina, I think?
Yeah, just the boonies.
Yeah, his cool shit.
Yeah, but the only reason he was able to do that shit, the only reason that Steph is able to do the wild-ass shit he does is because he has mastered the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. He is a master of his craft.
Nobody sees how psychotically.
No, he shoots 100 threes. After practice, he has to make 100 threes before he leaves that gym every single day.
Watch him. Some of them are posted on YouTube. I watched with my kid.
Yeah.
One rack, he hits 98 of 100. And that's the end of his practice.
Yeah.
The end. And you're like, holy shit, dude. Like, he's already put in 2.5 hours and then was still able to jack up hit 98 of 100 3-pointers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the average child would probably be aghast at how hard a mediocre player in the NBA practices.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yes. And then that'll bring us to the NFL here. And, let's start with this Bills and Broncos game. Like, all right. You get the highest rated fucking show on the planet. And I'm looking at this from an entertainment and Hollywood perspective here. How the fuck, you're bringing in this much ratings, and there are record ratings again this year. They're up another 28% this year.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it cannot go any higher.
Football, baby.
It feels like it cannot go any higher, but it does every single year. And it's a lot to do with gambling. At this level, how do you not have the referees to call a fucking proper game on both sides of the ball? I think the Bills got fucked. I also think the Broncos got fucked on some plays, too.
I mean, the Bills didn't get fucked. I don't know which call you're talking about.
The catch was a catch. I think
that's very clearly an interception. The one that they missed was the end of regulation, though. Like that PI. I feel like Denver committed PI in the end zone.
There was 3 big plays at the end of that. I think it was PI in the end zone.
No, I'm talking about regulation, not overtime.
Yeah. I am too.
That was the last series the Rams or the Rams. It was the last series in regulation, wasn't it, for the Bills where that
Yeah.
PI happened?
Yeah. So you had the PI that they didn't call.
And there were two sketchy calls.
Me personally, I thought that was a catch. When your knee hits the ground, you've got possession. Usually the tie goes to the receiver.
But he didn't have. That's the thing.
So
we're watching it in 1/100th speed instead of, and that distorts the way you see it. He never had possession of that ball. If you watch it in 1/10th speed, you can clearly see that he's fumbling the ball around. Homeboy's got it in his hands too at that period, and he rolls out with the ball. That's an interception.
But that's what instant replay is. So
I know, but
they
the difference.
slow it down.
The best way to judge this is if that play had gone on and the defender had not been there and he had dropped the ball, would it have been a catch or a drop? A catch and a fumble, or would it have been a drop? It would have been a drop, right? So that makes it an interception by definition.
I don't know because he didn't have, like, the ball got ripped out of his hands on the ground.
I'm just saying.
Even Richard Sherman said.
Everything happens the exact same way it does. And the ball, instead of getting ripped out of his hands, falls out of his hands. Is that a drop pass or is it an interception?
It would if it hit the ground, but it didn't.
That's not the point. Would it have been a dropped pass? Would it have been an incompletion or a fumble?
But that wasn't the play, so I can't answer that.
That is the play, though, because that's the rule. The rule is if he has possession enough to carry it through the ground and he fucking fumbles the ball, it doesn't survive contact with the ground.
Yeah, survive the ground.
That is an incompletion. And if he catches it and drops it, then it would be a fumble, right? So if it would have been an incompletion, then it is an interception. Period.
We will never know because it was ripped out. So
no, but you're missing the point. We don't need to know what would have happened there because we know that there's only two outcomes, and the outcome would have been in this scenario he drops the ball. No defender, he drops the ball after what had happened in the same way that it was happening with the ball rotating in his hands as he was hitting the ground. Is that a fumble or is that an incompletion? It is clearly an incompletion because he doesn't survive contact with the ground, which means the fact that the ball never touched the ground and the defender got it makes it an interception.
I will say
unquestionable. I think.
I will say too, I felt bad for the Bills. I thought that one of the PIs that lost them the game was soft. But at the end of the day, like
that last one was fucking. He tackled the guy. You can't get away with that.
No,
the first one was soft.
Yeah,
I thought.
It was one of the two was soft.
Especially after they let him play pretty rough the whole game, and then the second to last PI call, not the last one. Not that
overtime. Those overtime calls were atrocious.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Atrocious.
But none of this would have mattered at any rate because the Bills' second play in overtime, fucking. I posted the picture in Drinkin Bro Sports. Josh Allen is backed up into the end zone. His both feet are planted in the end zone, and a fucking defensive end is coming at him, and the tackle on his side has both arms wrapped over his shoulder.
It was a holding call.
Game over.
Yep.
That's a safety. The game's over.
Those are the three biggest plays. But I went to Twitter, and I was looking at Richard Sherman. I was looking at all the DBs just to see what their take was. And he said, I've never seen a contested catch like this ever be called anything but a catch. Even as a DB, you know that if it's a tie, it will go to the wide receiver. I can't believe this decided this game.
Well, it didn't, though. And that's where I feel a little less bad. Is because while I lean that I think that was a catch, regardless of if it was or wasn't, they put themselves in a position to get fucked. Because even if that wasn't a real turnover, they had 4 other real turnovers.
All of these games had like 90 turnovers.
Yeah, like if you... I understand you got fucked, but like, why were you bent over in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's...
That's how I feel, because that's how I always feel during college basketball, where I'm like, because in college basketball, you know you're going to get fucked.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate that fucking... God, I can't remember who said it. Was it Cam Newton, I think, said they did this thing, and then they did this thing, and they ended up losing by that many points. That's not how the fucking game works, and he should know better. That's sophomore reductive nonsense. You lost the game because you didn't protect the ball.
Yep.
The number one thing you do in the NFL is protect the ball. It's like the recurrence of winners or losers being chosen based on turnover ratio is in the fucking 90th percentile in the NFL. Mm-hmm. It almost never happens that you get turned over 2-1 and fucking lose.
Yeah, and
or win. Excuse me.
And if they don't turn, if they only even turn the ball over 2 times, again, let's take the controversial one out of it. Let's just say there's 4 turnovers.
5.
I know, but the 5 includes that
fucking
one.
turnovers.
5 includes that one. Let's wipe it. Say there's 4 turnovers. If they cut that in half and only have 2 turnovers, which is still not good,
they probably wipe 10 points off the board, 3 for them, and
easily.
Then, or 3 for the Broncos, and then 7 for them at least. If at least 6, if not,
they win
10.
no problem.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I get it. But also, like, you put yourself there.
6 turnovers in that game, and then you go to the Texans game last night. I got to just pull up how many total turnovers, because I was getting ready to leave to go to a kids thing here, and I was like, there's no way. I was trying to listen to it, go to the car.
Well, C.J. Stroud had 7 in 2 games himself, and 2 additional fumbles that were recovered.
There was, in that game, 8 total turnovers.
Yeah.
I don't see that in a high school game. Like, that is fucking insane to me. 5 for the Texans, 3 for the New England, and then on top of that, the fumbles. Jesus Christ. Fumbles lost 1, 2 for
I think it was,
New England.
interceptions
4-1. Like,
look,
weather
it was
played
ugly.
weather played a factor in the fumbles, I think, for sure.
Yeah, but Houston fucking had C.J. Stroud especially he's 7 turnovers in 2 games.
We were talking,
then
he's got a hand injury, so like you can see him try to force the ball.
7 turnovers in 2 games and an additional 2 fumbles that they recovered. I mean, that's unacceptable, and that's one of the best defenses I've seen in a very long time in the NFL too. So it's very disappointing to see. I think that defense might actually be better than Denver's.
You got to be, if you're a Texans fan right now, because again, they cut their turnovers in half and still have a bad game.
Yeah,
they win. They probably win, and then you kind of have a free path to the Super Bowl.
You're going the winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl just because of what happened to Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Now we'll get to the Bo Nix situation here. He broke his ankle on that. He's trying to move it to the middle of the field there for the kicker, and they keep saying the second last play of the game. That was the second last play of the game. I saw it tweak, but he walked off the field fine. So I was like, all right. He looked all right. Like, everything's fine. And then he walked out afterwards and talked to Josh Allen.
I think a broken ankle is not as bad as like a sprain in terms of like being able mobility, unless you like horrifically break it.
Yeah, and then look, in the cold too, he's probably able to sustain it for now, but he's having surgery tomorrow.
Well, until you take your boot off and the fucking swelling comes on, you don't really know how bad it is.
So he's having surgery tomorrow in Alabama at that famed surgeon's place, but like the Broncos season now at 14-3, home field advantage next week is fucking gone. Do you think Stidham could come in and do this for real? Mm-hmm. I think he's thrown a pass in 3 years. 3 years. I'm not kidding. I would call Tom Brady your fucking...
Too late for that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or Peyton? I mean...
Not Peyton.
Can you just game manage?
Peyton's a Frankenstein.
But can you just game manage like Phillip Rivers? Phillip Rivers almost won those fucking games. Almost.
I think I'd take Stidham over Phillip Rivers right now.
I would not.
I mean, Stidham's had more recent action than any of the guys you name.
Not Phillip Rivers. He just started 3 games.
Yeah.
I would call Phillip Rivers. Is that absurd?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
You guys roll with Stidham because he's in there. He knows the system, and you just gotta.
Denver's defense is so good, though. I think you could win with 17 points, maybe 14.
I think
Stidham can give you that.
I think honestly, we're going Nick Foles this year, and it would be poetic because the last time a backup quarterback came in and beat the Patriots was Nick Foles.
Was it? By the way, was Stidham the guy up in New England?
He was supposed to be when they got rid of porn star Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
And then they brought in what's the guy's name that's in fucking San Francisco now? Mac Jones.
Yeah,
and
Mac Jones.
They brought in finally Drake May, who is going to be their quarterback for a long time.
Oh, And look, the weather was a factor. Plus, let's face it, Drake May, which is a hilarious stat, is younger.
Yeah.
Than tonight's starting quarterbacks, both of them in the national championship.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I think Mac Jones is going to become the 49ers starter within the next 2 years. I think they're going to once the guaranteed money is off of Purdy's contract.
I like the way he plays. Yeah. So I saw him.
And it's also Shanahan. Shanahan values quarterbacks the same way that the rest of the league values running backs. Does he not? Am I wrong about that?
No. And the way I saw him in the national championship.
So you take the cheapest, most competent guy, right, for your roster.
Yes. And I saw him in the national championship against Ohio State. That was the COVID one where they had 8 defenders out. I personally watched him pick apart where those 8 defenders were. Like, he's very, very smart. He's very accurate. And when they put him in the fourth quarter to get Purdy out of there, did you see him truck that guy at the end of the game? just to say fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm still here. I
imagine-
like that kid.
Mac Jones should be starting somewhere, whether it's in San Francisco or
I agree, dude.
another spot.
Yeah, it's wild that he's not, to be honest. I mean, it's a total Shanahan move to pick that guy up specifically because the rest of the league picks up a clipboard guy.
And
for
by the
most
way,
part, right?
there's probably teams, the Falcons, who would happily take Brock Purdy.
Hand up. I would. No, not Brock Purdy. Give me Mac Jones. I'd love to have Mac Jones.
That's the same guy,
Yeah.
I think.
I think Purdy's a.
You guys would be a 10 to 11 win team with Brock Purdy next year.
I think Mac Jones too, but whatever.
You guys are going to do well. The Falcons are about to become the Houston Texans.
I
mean
think
like
so,
a
too.
fucking defensive powerhouse.
The Stefanski hire-
all of their draft picks are going to be defense this year.
It should be.
Because there's no quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's no quarterbacks in this draft, so it should be. But that'll lead us to 49ers Seahawks here. Here's my biggest takeaway from this. One, 49ers are completely injured. I'm not going to shit on 49ers for this. I mean, Jesus Christ, they lost Kittle, everybody. I'm looking at that field. I'm like, all right, CMC can't do everything, and you got one receiver left.
Right.
All their tight ends are out. Everybody's
They're
out.
fucked.
Their
They're fucked.
receivers are gone.
Even if they had been at full strength, though, the Seahawks are strong. And, the question has been, can Darnold perform in those situations? And he did what was asked of him.
Well, he did that because of the oblique. So he didn't practice. Bob and I were talking about this. Our boy Drew Lock, because I still believe in Drew Lock. I wanted to see him come on there and sling it just to see what would happen. I swear to God. It was a game time decision, and Drew Lock practiced all the way through the Friday practice.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, dude. So, clearly they didn't think he was going to start. Now, they only let
Darnold-
Darnell throw the ball 17 times and got him out of there.
He played his whole game in the first quarter.
That's exactly what he did.
He completed 2 big fucking passes that saved drives. One of them was to Bobo, his only catch on the day. One of them was to Cooper Kupp. And then, of course, he threw the tutty to Jackson Smith and Jigma. But that one he had to Cooper Kupp, I think it was on 3rd and 6 or something like that, saved that drive and led to the second 7 after the kickoff return. And the game was over after that.
Yep.
Right? And they just kind of coasted smartly and protected the ball, most importantly.
Yeah, let the defense handle
Yeah.
it.
And let Kenneth Walker run the ball. Charbonne's out for the year now, by the way.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Tore ACL.
What?
Yep.
Because I flipped the game was so boring. I flipped it off.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm good on this.
He tore his ACL?
What? Wow.
Yeah.
I think one of those Niners players were too radiated and got near him.
Yeah, dude,
maybe.
radioactive.
You got to get one of those bed sheet liners that pulls the electricity out of your body. They're real. Grounding sheets, they're real. That or eat a bunch of cilantro. Cilantro helps pull metal out of your body, too.
The fact that we're even talking about this is wild. But they're out. And then Rams-Bears last night, man.
Great game.
Great game. That pass by Caleb Williams.
One of
Completely
the greatest throws in playoff history, probably.
Yes. And
Well, I mean, it was the result was great. He didn't have any idea where that ball was going, but fucking that's how it goes, man.
How many players can make that throw?
I
You put
watched
yourself
it in
in
slow
the-
motion afterwards, like over and over and over again. He knew the guy was going there. So
Well, he also knew that he would be double covered, right? So it was a prayer, but that's how do you blow that coverage? So here's
I know.
I wish Derek was here to talk about this, but when you are in the end zone, you play everything in front of you, right? Because your linebackers are meant to collapse backwards and you're meant to collapse forwards. Now, when you spread the field out that much, it changes, but you have a safety and a defensive back, and they're this far apart. One of them isn't completely in the back of the end zone. If one guy is completely in the back of the end zone and you know that, and you're the DB or the safety, or I'm sorry, you're the cornerback or the safety, you stand on the goal line, on it, right on it, right? And not there. He was in the fucking 5 or 10 yard line. What are you doing there? What the fuck are you doing? You can't stop anything from there. If the guy catches the ball on the 5 or 10 and you're on the goal line, you can still tackle his ass and win that game right there on the spot. What the fuck are you doing up there?
Well, I don't think that would have ended the game because there was time left. That
was fourth down.
No,
Yeah, it was
fourth
fourth
down.
and 4. So if they got it to like the 5 yard line, it would have been a first down.
Yeah, but still, like,
Yeah,
you've got
I mean,
like 6 seconds left after that or something.
you that had to happen. I mean, it had to go down. And
I just don't understand how bad that coverage was.
me neither. And it for Bears fans because I was with all Bears fans last night.
Yeah.
It was Justin from Hot Ground and his kids, and we had the kids over, and they were playing outside, and they're diehard Bears fans. And I said, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And he goes, "After that play."
Yeah.
you forget that he was 23 of 42 and had 3 interceptions in this game. All you're going to remember is that play. That's all I'll remember.
Yeah.
Not me.
You put a brain in that guy?
What I'm going to remember are all the Chicago Bears fans who before this game went out on the town and got fucking manicures and had their nails painted. And now they're going to work today looking like a bunch of fucking retards.
Well, they're off. They're off. So they're fine today.
I will say that third interception was on DJ Moore for just
giving up on
to
that
run
play.
the route.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you're running. This is your route, right? You come off the line and you go over to the sideline, 4 yards maybe, and then you run a fucking out, and then you cut back for about 7 yards at the end of your route. He didn't cut back. He just kept. He went straight out, and you can tell because
He's jogging.
He's jogging, and the ball comes right where that fucking cutback would be. And the defensive back is running towards it. He's like, am I really just going to catch this ball? What's going on here? He didn't even make an effort towards that. What the fuck?
I don't know. But out of all of this, I think the only teams I would personally be satisfied with is Rams, Patriots.
Yeah.
I think they deserve it.
The Seahawks are really good.
The Seahawks can beat either one of those teams.
They could. I just don't know how possible it is with an oblique injury. Because if they start pressing him and he's got to play a real full game.
Well, if he wins next week and
he'll have 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
So that'll help. But trying to get through that Rams team is going to be tough.
The Rams don't have a great defense. They have a good defense.
But a great offense. And so
That's
you're
right.
going to have to keep scoring, and he's going to have to keep throwing the fucking ball.
Well, the Kyron Williams will be the key to that game. If he can run the ball well and allow the Rams to control the clock in the same way that the Seahawks are definitely going to be able to run it with Kenneth Walker, then the Rams should win that game, I think.
And the Seahawks defense, the last 5 weeks of the year, has really fucking turned it up. By the way, they're younger than Indiana's defense that we're going to watch tonight. So good for them.
The only thing that happened this weekend that really didn't make any sense to me is McDermott getting fired. I don't understand that. Unless Josh Allen just said, you got to get him out of here, kind of like Lamar did. I mean, I didn't hear any of that. It could have happened behind the scenes. But I do not understand that firing. He's a good coach. There aren't better coaches out there.
No. And now you're on your 10th fired head coach. The top 2 guys are off the board. Harbaugh and Stefanski are hired. So who are you going after there that's going to be better than him?
Let's get Pete Carroll in here.
Mike McDaniel? Going to bring Mike McDaniel?
I think McDaniel's going back to be an offensive coordinator somewhere.
Hope he does at Ohio State, but we'll see.
That would be the dream for Ohio State.
Yes, it sure would. Or Cliff Kingsbury.
There's also some talk that the Browns want to bring him as a head coach.
Which the Browns are in a tough spot with their quarterback situation, but yeah, these teams that are left, Rams and Patriots would be a satisfactory Super Bowl. I don't want to see the Broncos without Bo Nix. I think that would be boring as shit.
It depends on how Stidham plays this week. If he comes out and fucking throws 3 tutties against this really good, not just a good Patriots team defense, but a Patriots defense that plays really well together and has Mike Vrabel at the head of it. If he comes out and does well against them, then you should feel good about that Super Bowl. Because Denver's defense is elite, and then Stidham will have shown himself capable.
Yep. And it'll be crazy. I just can't get my dick hard for that. I can't get my dick hard for the Broncos. Patriots, yes. I think it's a very well-built team that is young, and it's a crazy fucking story. I mean, usually you lose a guy like Brady in that dynasty that they had. It sets a franchise back 10 years.
Yeah.
They were able to reload in under 3. Like, Jesus Christ. And then Vrabel. The Vrabel firing at the right time to go to fucking New England, dude, couldn't have happened any better for those guys. Like, Jesus.
No, it's a perfect match.
If Tennessee would have kept him for just one more year, they would have been
Tennessee's
fucked.
not winning any. Oh, yeah, I guess they just kept him.
The Patriots would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying.
Then they wouldn't have had Vrabel. Like, Vrabel's the dude.
Tennessee
man.
got that Saleh Muslim dude, right?
Robert Salah?
Yeah, Salah, is that his name?
Did he get hired?
I thought they hired
Because
him.
they were supposed to interview Harbaugh. They were supposed to interview Stefanski. Falcons and the other team backed up.
Oh, no,
the truck
he's
and got
the
him off the
defensive
board.
coordinator for the 49ers.
Yeah.
But he
But
is
didn't
a
he get-
finalist for the coaching job in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Tennessee, and isn't he wasn't he beef fries with McDaniels and Shanahan's team with the 49ers back in the day?
I believe so. Yes, yeah, he was the dude.
So I don't know. I mean, he's
a great coach.
You can bring
Salah would be a great hire.
Yeah, he's a good defensive guy, and McDaniel coming with him to Tennessee wouldn't that would make sense, I guess. It would make sense structurally. I just don't know who you're coaching.
We're going to Buffalo.
Both of them going to Buffalo would make sense. Yeah. I just don't know how. Like Buffalo would be way better, obviously.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck, you don't want to go to Tennessee.
You got Josh Allen. You're good.
You got to. If you're Tennessee right now and you were talking to any coach, you got to be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because now whatever top guy you had is probably going to Buffalo. Let's be honest.
Josh Allen has become my Bryce Harper.
And then there's another.
I'm
like,
rooting for him.
You're also going to see, like, if you had to choose between the Dolphins and Tennessee right now, who you choose?
If I'm a coach,
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Hands down.
I mean, it's not even close.
No,
right?
There's no one on Tennessee's roster that I give a shit about.
So I don't know who's Tennessee's coach is going to end up being. Maybe it's like maybe Saleh, whatever his name is stubborn. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go show I can win at Tennessee. It's like, well, that's what brought you to the Jets. So I don't know. I don't know. You may want to fucking learn from that mistake.
He's got one more shot, and I wouldn't waste it on Tennessee. We got some sponsors real quick to put the shit wagon on the air, then we'll get to the national championship tonight. Obviously, we'll be doing a live watch. We're going to bet on it now. First and foremost, our title sponsor, MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. What is the spread here? Because I've heard the line moved wildly this morning.
It's back to 7.5 last I saw.
Stop it. Is it really?
Yeah,
okay.
Dropped a little bit.
All right. So let's get into this here real quick. The only time this has happened this year, the morning of the game, was Ohio State-Miami at the identical spread. It was 9.5, and then it dropped to 7.5. Somebody came in and bet $3 to $4 million in Vegas on Miami to beat Ohio State. Because somebody just moved that line 2 fucking points, and it takes roughly in that $2 to $5 million range to move a line that high in Vegas.
Yeah,
usually out of the whales.
But that doesn't mean they bet money line. It means they thought, dude, Miami's going to cover 9.
Right, but still,
yeah,
that's a monstrous bet there. So is this now down to 7.5? Because I have not bet this.
7.5.
Okay, 7.5 on my bookie.
Yeah, it is correct.
Give me Indiana.
I'm gonna take Indiana. I'm also gonna drop it a half a point.
I don't think you need to, but
I
who knows?
Don't either. But and then the over under is 47 here. On my bookie right now for those 7-point teasers that we always do on Monday nights. Would you drop this down to a half a point for Indiana and then drop the over down to 40?
No. Don't cost yourself any money. Like if that's a secondary bet, go up.
Every time I've gone up, it's burned me, including this weekend. I got torched on NFL for doing that exact same thing. On a 13, by the way, I bumped the under up 13 points in those fucking snow games, dude. And they didn't cover in the first one.
This is going to be 28 to 17.
45. Yeah, so I'll drop it down. I agree. That's where I live. I agree. What do you do, Bob?
No, I mean, like, drop it, go up. They're not going fucking 54. Under no circumstances will there be 54 points scored in this game.
Yeah, I just don't think Miami's going to score a lot. They haven't scored a lot on any of the good defenses or like good teams they played this year, right? 10 points against A&M, excellent defense. 17 points on offense against Ohio State.
No, they didn't. One was a pick 6.
Yeah, I know because it was 24.
But the other one they let him run it in. So from the 15, so it was like you're really looking at one offensive touchdown.
They would have at least gotten 3 there.
3,
so let's call it 10 to 17 points. Yeah. Still, that's low.
And then, SMU, they held them to 20. Florida has a good defense, held them to 26. It's just they've really only slung it on the bad teams. I do not see Miami is going to have to win this game defensively because they're not going to get a ton of points.
Indiana's run defense is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, Fletcher though is pretty fucking good. He was good against Ohio State, and that was the number one defense.
The only way that I feel like this game goes over 50 points is if Indiana just rips the doors off.
It's possible they score 40.
Yeah,
I could see that.
But even
because Indiana too, for the most part, against really good teams.
They only scored 13 against Ohio State. And by the way, it was a true 13.
Yeah.
That there was no weird wonkiness in that shit. So
yeah. The Alabama game, they blew out Alabama, but that wouldn't go over. That only hit 41 points because they won 38-3. The Oregon game, obviously, was a massive over. But again, against Ohio State, they didn't score a ton. Penn State has talent on defense. They didn't score a ton. Even in the first Oregon game, I guess that's 50 points, so that wouldn't hit the over if you took it up. Iowa, always a good defense. They scored 20 points.
Yeah.
I kind of think the only way it happens is if Indiana just goes full Oregon again. But I think Miami's defense is better than Oregon.
I mean, the best offenses they played were not necessarily in this order, but Ohio State they held to 10, Oregon they held to 20, and Illinois they held to 10. Those are, and then they held Oregon to 22 the second time. They played them twice and held them to 20.
And they kind of they held them to less than 22,
it was
to be honest.
with garbage points.
Yeah.
Like it was 34-6 at halftime. So.
Yeah, so even more so, all the good offensive teams they played, they held to 20 or less points.
Yep.
So I expect Miami to score 17.
All right. Well, I'm going down with a ship here this year. I'm going to bet hard on this. I'll go both, and I'll take Indiana, and then I'll tease this. I root for points.
I
hate a defensive struggle.
By the way, no dog in this fight.
Me neither.
At all. I'm happy no matter who wins this game. I like Miami. I like Indiana. I think it's cool that Indiana's so good.
It's a good story.
It'd be great if Miami returned to some form of dominance. I think it's good for college football to have teams like that do well. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to it tonight. So we'll be live with you guys and betting on the game, doing live bets on the game. Because those are fucking big and really going through it here. In the meantime, I will post these bets on Drinkin' Bros Sports on Facebook here as soon as the show is over between fake news. And then we'll see you tonight on YouTube here. Can't fucking wait for this. DrinkinBrosTickets.com is next up. Now, the tickets for this fucking game tonight. I want to see, just out of curiosity, because we're 3 hours from kick now, right now, if these actually fucking dropped.
No, the little ticket bug on ESPN is a lie because I saw that and I was like, what? And then I went to the actual ticketing site and it's still exactly the prices they used to be.
We're about to find out. Nat and a snit here. What do we got here? What's the lowest ticket in the stadium? Last row, $3,655 for the last row in this stadium here. If you're trying to get lowers right now, and let's see. Let's say you want tickets on the 50. All right, lowers on the 50, 20 yards up, $8,600. If you want club seats, and I've been to the stadium, so that's the other side of the field on the 50. This is $13,000.
I am seeing some sweet pricing for $5,100.
That's a fucking Super Bowl.
But at least you get
That's
a
a Super Bowl ticket.
No,
yeah, you do get a suite, but like that is a Super Bowl price.
You get free drinks all night. Get your $5,000 worth.
Yeah, boy, $5,000. That is a Super Bowl ticket, right?
Does that include bail?
For the Miami fans, yeah.
Yeah. And you and I have been in that stadium numerous times. It's in the middle of nowhere, so like you got to drive that fucked up afterwards. Uber's getting out there. Good luck getting out of that stadium. But yeah, these ticket prices held. I'm surprised. Club tickets are going for $9,000. God damn it, dude. There's some suites that are $11,000 a piece right now. Just insanity. And this is Indiana fans. I fully expect this to be a home game for Indiana tonight.
I think they're going to be the majority of the crowd.
I
think I won't be as bad as the Peach Bowl, but I think they'll be the majority. It's in Miami. I mean, like
I get it.
Yeah.
But you got 200,000 alumni from Miami, 800,000 across the nation for Indiana. I think this is their. This is the greatest story in the history of their program, besides maybe Bobby Knight's in what '88 with Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, it's probably top
86
to be honest, because it's football.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
If I was an Indiana alum, there isn't a dollar amount that I wouldn't throw on a credit card or something to go to this fucking game. Like,
yeah.
I mean, shit. So, when's the last time we've even seen prices this high for a national championship? I can't call it.
No, I don't know. This is
I can't call it.
Super Bowl prices for sure.
I went to the last year's for Christ's sakes, and it was Ohio State, Notre Dame, the two fucking biggest ratings on television, and dude, it was a third of this price. Like, and this is nuts, man. I can't even put this into words. So if you're trying to go to this tonight, you are super rich, and call us, okay? Call us. Everything else, though, on drinkinbrostickets.com is available. Fucking baseball tickets are up there. Everything's getting cranked up and getting ready to rock. Concerts, you name it, across the board. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and it'll take you to the closest location nearest you. 12 packs, tall boys, all that other shit. Was talking to our COO this morning, and he was talking about the weather. I forgot, man. Watching those games last night, you forget fucking most of the country is under snow right now.
Oh, yeah.
This is supposed to be the coldest week in America in like fucking 50 years.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Climate change. I'm kidding. It's just, it happens sometimes. But everybody snowed in. If you're snowed in, drinking 8%, blackouts. Break a bottle. Everybody will be watching the game. Hopefully, we'll be watching our live show tonight. How does Miami try to win this game tonight?
They got to control the ball. They've got to keep Indiana off the field. It's got to be a defensive struggle. They have to just get first downs.
No turnovers.
And
And they've got to slow it down. I think you got to give it to Fletcher.
You can't be predictable.
No.
You can't be predictable. You need Carson Beck to probably throw for 200 yards, minimum, I would say, just to be able – he doesn't need to light it up, but you've got to be able to be a two-faceted offense because their offense has – people have thrown a wrench in it multiple times this year. And they have not slung it at all against any good team they have played.
And Cignetti is like if there's a parallel in professional football, it's probably Vrabel. Just like the game plan he has, every game is a little bit different, and it works every single week. I mean, to me, he's the most impressive coach in college football right now. And it's not just because he's taken what we thought was a mediocre team to such great success, because they're not a mediocre team. They're bigger and older and more equipped than they've ever been at Indiana. This is like they belong there. That's not the point. The point is that he's won in so many different ways this year, and it's not the kids just figuring it out. It's the coaching staff figuring it out, which is what we always talk about with college football. It's so fucking important with the coaching staff. He's the best.
Speaking of which, I was watching, the Talking Heads kind of before we came in. I was watching Tim Tebow, and Tim Tebow said Indiana has all the pressure in the world on this game, and Miami doesn't. And I agree with him. Right now, you're what, 16-0? 15-0? You have a chance to go 16-0.
Be the first ever.
Indiana's program has never been close to a national championship, let alone a perfect season and a national championship on top of it. I agree with him. I think all the pressure's on Indiana tonight.
Yeah, I agree. But if there's one team I would expect to handle, or rather just honestly ignore the pressure, it's this team.
Yes. And the reason why, which you and I were chatting about earlier, was when you're older like this, you don't have the same nervousness, and it's the mind game too. Because like we said, most of these guys are fucking small. It's the mind game, and they just execute perfectly on every fucking play. They don't get nervous. They don't get rattled. And when you're that much at 23 versus when you were 18 years old, holy Christ, man. I mean, it's a world of difference there. So I don't see them making these mistakes to allow Miami into this game tonight. I really don't, dude.
I would be surprised if they are the ones making the mistakes.
Same.
Yeah.
But like you said, it is a home game tonight for these guys. They've played on this field. They know it inside and out. That's certainly got to be some form of advantage, Dan, right? Really? This is their home stadium.
Yeah.
No advantage whatsoever.
It's Miami.
I guess so. You want to hope that their fans show up.
You show up what you think is going to be a home game. So the thing about a home game, there's two. On a football field, I don't think it makes as much difference. On a basketball stadium, it makes a lot of difference because of the depth of the stands and shit, and it changes the way you're seeing the basket. In football, that shit doesn't matter. There might be some weirdness about the turf or the wind or something, or the angle of the sun. It's a night game. Who cares, right? Weather's going to suck for everybody. That part doesn't matter. What makes this possibly a benefit to the home team would be the crowd. And it's not going to be a Miami crowd.
Well, I can't remember or name any time in the history of college football where the home team has actually played on their home field for the national championship.
Their home field?
Home field.
We've talked
the actual home field.
We've talked to people in the ticketing industry, and it is an Indiana crowd.
I know. But, I mean, the field itself and your locker room. I mean, you're going to have those kids are going to have their locker rooms tonight.
Potentially, actually, if Miami's technically the road team, then they would not. I don't know who the home team, road team is, actually.
It's like in question.
It's like in the Super Bowl, right? Like it's not your home field for that game. So if the AFC is the road team that year, but they're playing in, or the NFC is the home team that year and they're playing in San Francisco, I don't know
how that shakes out. But let's say they are. It's got to be worth something, right? I mean, shit. I can't name it. Because we've had close ones, right? LSU played New Orleans one year, but that's still not in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
It's not in their stadium. This is their actual fucking stadium.
It's only going to be worth something if Miami fans show up and get loud.
Yeah.
And especially loud on 3rd and 6 when Mendoza's trying to hear the play call. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
By the way, Miami is not a young roster, I should note. They're pretty old.
Oh, they're old too.
They're 22 and a half, I think.
Yeah, they're the second oldest team.
Yeah.
So
and Carson Beck's what, a 5th-year starter?
Yeah, he was
Or fifth-year
talking about
quarterback?
Seven?
fifth year technically as on the roster, but 7 total. He hasn't gone to school in 2 years. He said
2 years, 7 years total. He's been in college football.
It's insane.
Which is nuts here. All right, we'll kind of do a little rundown here, some updates. Bills obviously fired McDermott. Bean was promoted to president now of the Bills.
Yeah, he was their GM. I don't understand that because they haven't
either.
been building good rosters around Josh Allen.
No.
Like, seems like it's his fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Charbonnet is out for the rest of the season. He is done. LeBron James was not voted as an All-Star game starter. Which is weird.
he's missed time. He's having a good year, but not, there's only like 20 All-Stars.
I saw him fucking dunk last night, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole fucking head was above the goddamn rim. It was a lob from Luka, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
He's
man.
a freak.
Is he still on the juice? Like, I couldn't, looking at it last night, I couldn't tell. It looked like HGH. Like, he's might have switched.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? College basketball, Arizona, unanimous number 1.
Yeah, I don't think they're the best team in the country. I think Michigan is the best team, but they
I
did
agree.
suffer a upset at home to Wisconsin. So
1 point loss, right?
Yeah, something like they dropped a little bit. Michigan's a fucking wagon. But Arizona is really good. UConn is back to being UConn. I still like Illinois as a dark horse. And then, look, I know we like to shit on Nebraska football a lot, but to all our Nebraska fans out there, congratulations on your top 10 basketball team.
I know. And they're storming the court every fucking time. They told him to stop. Like, hey, stop
Please
doing
stop.
that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not used to winning at all
ever.
in that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened with Nebraska.
They
That's
just beat Ohio State by like 2 points at the end of the game. So.
totally out of left field, but
I know.
they are real good.
Detroit Lions just finalized a deal right now to hire Arizona Cardinals offensive coordinator Drew Petzing to coach that. That's not a bad move.
They need a new OC. What happened this year wasn't working. So
No. And we don't know what Kyler Murray can and can't do, truthfully, down there.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a conversation during this hiring process of like, hey, man, is it you or him?
Yeah.
Because we're thinking it's him. And
It's
he's probably
him.
like, it's
Yeah.
him. It's fucking him. And then Falcons are retaining defensive coordinator Ulbrich under head coach Stefanski. Look, he was pretty fucking good. It wasn't the defense's fault. So
no.
I know. But usually
a first
they
place
bring in their own
defense.
staff. So
Yeah.
strange. Okay.
I mean, they all kind of know each other. It's not quite like
yeah.
college where it's like they're more strangers. Like it's a small fraternity.
Yep. Yep. And then they were talking about the shitty coaching in overtime here for the Rams, an oppressor. Sean McVay called some bad coaching on his part, and he said, I didn't do a good job for my team tonight. I looked to improve on that. So, all right. Look, I still got the Rams in the Super Bowl.
I'm rooting for the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a coin toss. I think either of these teams could win that game.
So let's say the Rams make it. Does Stafford and McVay ride off into the sunset?
I don't know why McVay. He's fucking.
He wants
40.
to fucking go to the booth. He said the stress of it all.
Yeah, that's fair.
He wants to be and they've, by the way, it was either CBS or Fox that offered him a fuck ton of money 2 years ago to come and be their dude in the studio. So
That's fair. And in the 8 years he's been a head coach, especially if he wins the Super Bowl this year. But really, even if he doesn't, he's already accomplished more than most people do over like a 30-year head coaching career.
I don't know how you walk away from this team. Stafford's still there. He threw for 4,700, 46 touchdowns, and 8 picks this year.
he's my MVP.
And you've got Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Why would you leave? Especially if you win. Make them knock you off.
Stafford has had so many injuries over the years.
He's not leaving.
You wonder if one more hit, though, would be the...
Maybe, but that hasn't come yet. And
No.
it's been a
Boy,
couple of years.
If he gets the MVP in the Super Bowl, he might dip.
I think so too.
He might
man.
just be like,
He's
what else
38?
do I need to do?
No, I agree.
2 rings and MVP. I'm in the Hall of Fame at this point.
Why risk it?
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
He is.
Yes, but why risk it at this point? Because I think he's going to win the MVP this year.
He should, I think, but I don't know. Drake May could definitely take it from him.
From the two of them, I would love to see the two of them just walk out of there and be like, cool, man.
Yeah.
We did it. Fuck everybody. We got 2 out of the Rams, dude.
What McVay's done in like 7 or 8 years is insane.
Insane.
Especially so if you win the Super Bowl this year, that'd be 3 NFC championships, 2 Super Bowls.
Yep. Yeah, it's.
What do you want?
And then he'll go to Fox for $100 million.
Yeah.
And not have to deal with the stress of this bullshit. So interesting. Join us tonight live on YouTube. Are we going on Kick too, Ryan?
Yeah. Okay. We're going to push it out there as well.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, we'll be on kick.com and all that other stuff. Betting on the game. I'll place these bets in Drinkin' Bros Sports right after the show is over. And then join us for fake news here in 10 minutes on Drinkin' Bros Podcast Patreon. Don't forget to rate this show a 5-star on Spotify. Then head on over to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Yes, that is all the advertisers care about. For Anthony Hollaway, Hot Bob, I'm Ross Patterson. We'll see you tonight for the national championship game. Bet with us or against us on mybookie.com. This is the Monday morning recap. Good morning, everyone.